Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom Homies, produced by LK Productions. Yeah, excuses. Hello, everybody. Welcome into April 8th, 2023, Saturday night, early edition. Well, kind of early. It's kind of late, too. Ken Stout Live with the Zoom Homies. And I will bring in the Zoom Homies now and let them introduce themselves around the room. Take it away, William.
Hello. Hello, Ken.
Hello,
William.
Alex.
And what I assume is Darren, if he's
I'm sure it's Darren, but since it's quarter after 2 in the morning there, he's probably just getting ready to go to bed.
No, I'm not.
Oh, he just stumbled in from the pub.
No, I've been watching TV, doing work. It's all doing work this time of morning.
Personal work or work?
Personal work.
Okay, well that's
my bookcases around.
Ah, gotcha.
Getting
Right.
rid of the 3,000 videos.
And I don't know if Tim's got audio yet or not.
Just got audio.
Pretty good timing. John's finishing up, 6 people left. Cool. So, yeah, I guess he's a little overtime. I think he started about 8 o'clock my time tonight. I really anticipated it being as late as 9:30, but I got done doing what I was doing, which was primarily dinner. And I thought I'd go ahead and get started early because Mrs. K wants to watch a movie later tonight, and I don't want to be watching a movie at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
I started a movie right before your Zoom started, or YouTube started, On a Wing and on a Prayer. True story about a pilot on Easter Sunday, 2009.
yeah, I do remember reading something about that. I think last night or this morning. Tony Wallow says normal is not, Tony Wallow said normal, and then Jeff Ryman says normal is not, quote, the description I would use of this group. Yeah, I would almost have to agree with that. We are far from normal. Normally bad. There you go. Tony hit it. Tony hit it right on the head. Normally bad, or nominally bad, one or the other.
I'll finish watching it later. I wonder if it's any good or not.
I don't know.
Dennis Quaid's in it, so maybe it's okay. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's who stars in it. Maybe
like young Frankenstein, Abby Normal.
Yeah, Abby something. Yeah, that's another classic movie.
I think Josh's aunt needs to get a new hard drive.
They got a new computer. It'll be there Wednesday.
Oh,
What you did that for?
I get a new hard drive and put in that thing. I think it crashed.
I'm just not a because his old one was an AMD and the new one's
Intel.
more than likely an Intel.
It is Intel.
I'm not 100% sure that it'll be as easy as restoring the backup, since it's not exactly the same. Since it's not since it's going from an AMD to an Intel.
If I were him, I wouldn't restore the backup. I would just do it from scratch.
Yeah, I would.
I would do it scratch because it's not everything's set for an AMD base.
Because
Yeah.
because, and this was my thought, because remember what Doug had to go through when he tried to restore an image back up to that new computer that Kerry built in, that Big Beast. Remember when he tried to restore one of his image backups to Big Beast, and how much trouble he had?
Well, he was just doing that to be doing it for the stream. I think. Just doing that to be doing it for the stream.
And Greg joins us, and he's got YouTube running. Well, that's good. He's at least watching this show.
So I'm sure when he gets it, he will be calling me saying, "Alex, help me, walk me through how to set all this up, because I can't see nothing without my Zoom text and all that on there."
I seriously think the hard drive failed.
I think that's probably the general consensus, Tim. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a little gizmo.
Yeah, he doesn't have all the tools and stuff like we have.
Greg recommended this for me, which is an external MV.
I don't even have one.
Driver.
I've got a lot of stuff, but I don't even have one of those.
And
I don't even have an MV.
Come in handy.
One of the things I wonder is that's kind of an off-brand computer.
Mm-hmm.
Victor, the hard drive's made by Victor or whatever. That's a weird name.
I'm just wondering if it only works with that brand of NVMe. I would hope not, but
never know. I've seen some stupid stuff done.
Well, that's an interesting point, and then you could probably prove that by if you took that drive out and threw it in another slot and it didn't work, then possibly it has to work with that. I don't know. It's a good question.
I would take the hard drive out and test it with a different PC to see if it's good or not.
Well,
right.
To the best of my memory, to the best of my knowledge, Josh doesn't have another computer that has NVMe other than the one that we put together for him.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to go messing with that because he'll screw that up.
Yeah,
if I was having issues with NVMe drives, that'd be easy for me to do because both of our machines here have NVMe drives.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, he doesn't have the tools like we have to test it. So
Sure.
It kind of sucks.
So let me give some shout outs here. I forgot to do that at the beginning. Chris Garrett was first. Tony Wallow was second. Bobby Warren was third. William Dawson was fourth. John Aloy Sr. was fifth, followed by Darren Gilholm. And I believe and then Jeff came in. Mike Wojak was there. Dennis was there. Good to see Dennis. Haven't seen him in a while. Long Dog was there. Not too many people have USB to MV. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's a good point he brings up. So that's from Long Dog.
Poor Josh was struggling trying to get that, do all that stuff.
Well, I'm going to demonstrate something after the stream, and I think everyone will understand why. Josh wanted to install Windows 10 on his computer tonight on my stream, and I put the kibosh on that. There's one of them big words I'm using again, Alex. And when I explained it to him, he understood. Now, I will say Josh has already tried to put Windows 10 on there, and guess what?
Didn't work.
Didn't work. He gets the same errors he gets on Windows 10. Or Windows 11, my bad, I'm sorry.
I noticed something earlier. Speaking of Windows 10, I noticed something when he was in Disk Part earlier on Doug's and had the man prompt open. I noticed if you notice, at the top of the command prompt, it said Microsoft Windows version 10.0, which leads me to believe that the version of Windows on the flash drive that he was using was not 11, like he said it was. I don't believe that it was 10.
I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention, so.
I did notice that. I thought I was seeing things. That's a good point.
Now, I noticed it, and I'm pretty sure that if it was 11, it would say 11 dot or something, unless Windows 11 is just an extension of Windows 10, and Microsoft may have. For sure would be to get a.
Wait a minute. Let me plug in my.
Oh, Tim's gonna play Gary. He's gonna fire up a computer and check it out.
Let me plug.
Which was actually very smart to do. I don't misunderstand
me. Let me plug in this flash drive because now you got me curious.
Long Dog says it's highly possible that the drive lost its quote initialization unquote.
Sean's got the answer for Joss. He can take 2.5-inch solid state drives, and Sean pulled 4 or 5 of them out of those laptops he sold.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean's that was pretty funny actually. Hi, Josh.
Question.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Josh.
You got your phone on the tripod?
No, why?
Oh, well, because you're moving around and your phone's staying solid, so I figured you put it on the tripod.
I mean, I could do that.
Well, if you
My
do, make
Windows
sure you
11
turn it in landscape mode, please.
My Windows 11 media says Windows 11, not 10. You got me interested in that, Alex. That's kind of, because I did see that.
I'd like to know what the computer was doing.
There's no way we'll ever know that, Josh, because somebody didn't have a monitor plugged in.
Because if it was in the process of doing something really important, I would have never cut a power.
Yeah, we realize that. And like Alex just said, since you didn't have the monitor plugged in, you had no idea what it was doing.
Right.
And
there's no use crying over spilt milk at this point. I mean,
nope.
It just kind of is what it is. And just,
Nope. Fader Jake says, "How's it going?" No, it's a Saturday night.
That's a new one for me, though. I can't say that I've ever worked on a computer or had a computer of my own that has experienced that issue.
I have.
I think more than likely, like, and Gary said this as well, I think it was probably in the process of doing some kind of an update, and you get the message, do not turn off your machine, do not lose power while you're doing the update, and now we know why. It's just a possibility. I don't know. Like Alex said, we'll never know because he didn't have it plugged in, and like Jeff said, there ain't no sense crying over spilled milk. What's done is done. You know, unless someone's got a magic wand that they can wave. Oh, guess I ran him off.
I think the hard drive crashed. I
Well,
could be wrong.
I was gonna.
It could be anything.
Sure.
And can you or Josh put a link to the one that he purchased in?
I don't have it,
chat?
but when he comes back, I'll ask him. Sure. I have no idea what he bought. I just know that he bought it about 2:00 in the morning, and Aunt Mary's the one that bought it, supposedly, and it'll be there Wednesday. That's all I know. And it's an Intel. So my first thought was, doggone, he should have watched Carrie yesterday. He could have bought the same exact thing for $100 less, and I don't know if that's true or not.
Did you see immediately after Doug finished? Immediately, Kerry started a.
No, he did not start immediately. He started at 4:45 my time. Doug was actually competing with Carrie for about a half hour. Or Carrie was competing with Doug for a half hour. However you want to look at it.
I think Doug was ready to be over with it an hour and a half into it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Josh, the question has been raised. Can you put a link in on the new system you have coming in that'll be here Wednesday?
Let me.
The question has been asked. Can you put the link in to chat on the new system that will be here on Wednesday?
Yeah, I can try and do that.
You buy it through Amazon?
Yeah.
Just go into your purchases and you should be able to get it from there. Mike Wojak says, Josh just has to learn from it and move on. Oh, I agree, 100%. It's done. It's over. I think Doug might take one more stab at it. I'm just thinking. I have no idea. I can't speak for Doug.
Doug's probably going to go to bed tonight and have dreams about how to fix it.
Doug likes to fiddle with stuff like it, simply for the sake of the channel. He likes to figure out how to fix stuff. Part of what he does on his channel.
Yeah.
It might be easier to send it to Doug and let him make it on his own time, show all of it.
I thought about that, William. Josh and I talked briefly earlier tonight, and I actually said, "Hey, send me that drive when you whatever you do." And I thought, no.
How do I put the link in chat?
Copy the link off the top of your browser where the whole Amazon link, and paste it in the YouTube chat or the Zoom chat or both.
Yeah, after you go to where you bought it from, don't just look at the thing in the purchase link. Click on it so it pops up, and then copy that one.
Yeah.
I stuck a comment in Doug's on the chat and then removed it. I thought Doug might get pissed about it.
I doubt it.
Well,
Wait, I know how to do it.
I said, send it to me and I'll either fix it or blow it to hell.
Yeah, I seen that. Well, that's what I was explaining to Josh. He can send it to me. I can put it in this and plug it in, and I'll know pretty doggone quick if it's good or
I
not.
think I put the link in Zoom chat.
No.
I don't see it.
Don't see it.
I believe Josh is using his mobile phone. He might have a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
It's not showing up on YouTube either. I don't.
Well, not the end of the world.
Well, she's getting a new one, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So at
That
some point
is.
in time, he'll be able to put it in there, maybe when he's on a regular computer again.
I would like to get the machine to crash running again if it was me.
No, I think that was the whole point of today's exercise is
Well,
to
that
try to do
makes-
that.
that makes me wonder from time to time I have not one as expensive as what Josh got or what I got Josh, but from time to time I have thought about getting one of those cheap little $100, $150, $200 computers like that for little projects or whatever. And now that all this has happened, I'm kind of second guessing all that.
Hey, Alex,
Hey,
I'm gonna send it to you and then you put it in the Zoom chat.
okay. Email or text?
Email. Or text, I mean.
Oh, wow. My internet switch is going crazy.
So I don't know.
If it's anything like they've been showing on Carrie's show, it's
Did
going
you
to be
get it?
it's going to be
I got it.
10,
Got
10,
it.
11, 12.
Can you say that again?
If it's anything like they showed in Carrie's show, he's been pushing, it's going to be either 10th, 11th, or 12th gen processor.
Yeah.
And my aunt was the one that picked this out. I have nothing to do with it. I just told her what she needed to get.
I got one of those little mini PCs from my streaming computer on my 60-inch TV. I love
She
it.
did everything else. I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, there it is. in
Okay,
Zoom
I
chat.
just posted a novel in YouTube and in Zoom chat.
So Fader Jake said, so this is a YouTube live redirect. First time seeing this. Unless it's a redirect from Dennis's channel.
It's
That's a nice little computer.
It's basically, it appears to be one exactly like the one he had, except for it's an AMD and Intel, but everything else is the same. 16 gigs of RAM, Windows 11 Pro, 500 gig NVMe. At first glance, it appears to be almost the exact same, except for it's
11th Gen i5.
And it has a Bluetooth 5.0. That's probably new.
That's a nice thing to have.
well, for the most part, it appears to pretty much have the same specifications. So that's good.
The NVMe is Kingston. I don't know what his other one was.
Some
Victor.
no name.
Victor! A piece of crap.
Who was
Well, I
Victor?
shouldn't say that, but
Some Russian.
Hey, and it's actually cheaper than the other one too. That's pretty good.
That almost makes you think they've come down in prices, doesn't it?
prices are dropping.
All right, so everybody should be seeing this now.
Yeah.
Should be on Zoom and the YouTube stream as well. Wow, why am I down there in that corner? That's interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't see anything.
wait a
I'm at
minute.
the I can't see anything. I'm at the pool.
Tim's.
And with Wi-Fi 6, she have no speed trouble. It answers Alice's question.
She doesn't even have her router doesn't even support Wi-Fi 6, so that's really a
Crucial memory. What it says right here, I believe.
Crucial or other brand.
Oh yeah, I do see that it does say now or other brand. Probably Victor's sister, Victoria.
It's got 12 user reviews, but it's almost a 5-star, so that either means it's really good or it's just really new. So it's the posting is really new, so there's not a whole lot of reviews on it.
And the
I've
NVMe
never
drive could be a Kingston or the other brand as well.
I've never even
That's
heard
funny.
of Victor.
That is absolutely funny. So I was wanting to flip it around and see the backside of it, but
Well, we put out a 3-year warranty on it.
Okay. She didn't happen to buy WebRoot again for another 3 years when she bought it, did she?
Oh, you don't need that crap.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing
Good.
my screen and get back to the show.
The only Victor I ever heard of was a bulldog. Not memory.
Great. I've lost YouTube. I know where it's at.
Yeah, you could send it to me. You could send your old one to me, Ken, or Doug, and we could do something with it.
The only thing I would do with it is I would just put it in that little gizmo I have, see if the drive's good, and if the drive's bad as we all suspect it to be, then problem solved. And then if Doug wants it from there, sure, ship it to him and see what he can do with it.
Too bad that computer he got don't have diagnostics in the BIOS to test things like HP and Dell's do.
What it does have though is it has the ability to you can hook up a 2.5-inch drive to it. So even if the NVMe controller is bad on it, it's possible.
I'm gonna send you another link.
Okay.
If you what you bought with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Alex, not picking on him, but he can't physically hook things up himself. So I'm talking about a tool that he could use. You know,
I will send it to somebody. Hell, I'll even work on it for free.
well, I'm just saying. I know he probably would like to do it himself, but
Yeah, I understand. It's just frustrating when something like that happens, though.
Tony.
Yeah, but especially because I wasn't expecting it.
Well,
So,
Well,
what's the lesson we learned here, Josh?
What's that?
What's the lesson we've learned here?
Not to turn my unplug the monitor.
And shut the machine off at the same time, right?
Right.
Okay. It's a 2-step process.
but anything could fail at any time with no notice.
Oh, that's true. I mean, it is a machine. I mean,
Even if he didn't do those steps and he shut it down properly and went to start back up, it could have done the same junk.
okay. I put another link in for you. That's the warranty she got with it.
Now, is this on the old machine?
Oh, that's for the new one.
Oh, I was kind of curious about the old machine. Was there a warranty on that? I'd ship it back or get it replaced free because it looks pretty new.
We don't think so because it's a off-brand computer. But as far as that goes, this Intel, I know it's a B link, but still, it's what I would consider off brand because it's not like a Dell or an HP or something like that, but
or Lavino.
or an Intel brand or an Intel branded actually Intel Nook like one that I have.
Now I saw
Oh,
something. It was an ARM.
That's not an Intel, bro.
It's got an Intel. It's an Intel CPU, but it's not an Intel branded machine. My Intel Nook that I have is actually an Intel branded Intel motherboard and everything.
Cool.
Bobby Warren says he ordered Xfinity.
Yes, I'm reading that. That's what I use.
How?
I'm trying to look some things
I've
up.
never heard of a town that has both, that has two different cable companies, but I don't know.
Well, there's three here.
Depends on the size. Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on the size of
Really?
the town.
I didn't think they would. I thought it would be like a conflict of interest or whatever. You know, not conflict of interest, but it would
Well,
be. Like,
yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, Chris, because if they all use, if it's three different cable companies and they all use coax cable, they would all have to each run their own coax or whatever. Or they would be sharing each other's or.
Without Googling, I will almost go out on a limb and say Indianapolis, where I'm currently residing, probably has 5 or more internet providers because
well, they might. I mean,
because of the size of the city.
But where you are personally at your address, you can only get Comcast or AT&T, right?
No, wrong. No. I could get whatever I want. I got the one that I wanted because I was able to get it literally within a day of getting here and being screwed over by Xfinity. The second guy that came out from Xfinity said, get a hold of AT&T. It's already hot and running right outside your house. The first guy that came over here on Friday should have told me that, and I would have been running on Saturday instead of Monday morning.
True.
I wanted to switch to a company called Metro something Link that my brother has because he gets one up, one down. Not 900.
Oh, nice.
Not 850, 100 or 1000, 1000, up and down. No matter where he's at in his house, Wi-Fi or connected with the Ethernet. That's what I wanted to go with. At this time, or at that time, they were not in our area. They are now in our area, but they can't beat the price that I have for what I have.
Well, one up, one down is kind of expensive too.
Yeah, about 120. But I pay $80 to have one up and one down, so I'm okay with what I have. I don't see the motherboard information on this computer he's buying.
What I want to do was go with Integrity Networks and put a microwave dish on top of the roof here, but I'm looking at spending $1,000 a month. It's not worth it.
The college has one up, one down where I went to college at, and the only time I saw 1.0 gig, 1 gig when I ran a speed test was 2 o'clock in the morning when nobody's there. So, in my experience, the most you'll see on a 1 gig connection is about 900, 930, 940. But it may be possible with the new advances in technology and all that your brother is actually like.
What I was looking at was 5 up and 5 down.
That'd be costly.
That's what I said. No, that's not going to happen. This is
the most I can pull over Wi-Fi here, even sitting in this room with a brand new router right above me, is about 500 over Wi-Fi, and at Ethernet I pull about 760, anywhere from 700 to 700, and I've seen it as high as 790.
Well, last time I tried, I get the same on wireless as I do on Ethernet wired.
What company do you have, Chris?
AT&T.
Yeah, I switched to them 3 years ago.
That's all I can get.
I used to get the same speed
Yeah,
over.
out there in Georgia, it sucks.
The
The
only
problem
thing,
I, the problem
the
I
only
had
thing that
when
computer has, but my computer has, is the Core i5 11th generation, which is the same processor that my computer has.
Yeah, but you're comparing apples to oranges, Josh. We were comparing your aunt's old computer mini PC to the new mini PC.
Yeah.
Josh, did you fix that Dell temporarily for her?
No, she doesn't want it.
He was going to use a laptop temporarily until.
She doesn't want that either.
Or what's she going
So
to
she
use?
just wants to wait or use her iPad because I know she's got an iPad and a Chromebook and
She just wants to wait for Wednesday.
when I switched to AT&T, and the conjunction box is right outside my bedroom window, and I had to go take care of my
Hey,
dad.
Alex,
yes,
will we be able to put the old backup on the new system?
Nope.
no.
Well, we've
I mean,
had a
it's possible,
discussion
but
on that.
I would start over.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even. No.
And we won't be able to do it, but you will.
Josh, whoever you send your old computer to, I'll be sending them a 500 gig M.2 drive to put in their machine, if that's all it needs. I'm pulling one out of my system, going up its value.
Catching
Yeah,
up
sure.
with chat here. It looks like Bobby Warren's got Xfinity, or no, getting Comcast coming in. Cox is going away. Man, Long Dog and Mike Wojak are talking about the wonderful parts we get out of China.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Josh, you might be able
Well,
to get all your important information off, but I wouldn't try to restore the whole operating system on that. I just wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't either.
You can always mount the
Yeah.
image backup into on a computer that is on your laptop or whatever that is working, and then copy paste whatever information you need. If there's even any information on that computer that you need.
True.
Well, I think the discussion earlier was you're going to an Intel machine, and the backup that you have is from an AMD based system. I think someone was saying that could maybe cause some conflict. So
True.
I agree with what they said. You should just start from
Yeah,
scratch.
because AMD is a whole other platform.
Oh, I'm about to find out.
Different chipsets and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out one of these days, real soon.
The problem I had when I switched to AT&T, the conjunction box was outside my window, and I was out of town.
Why are you going to AMD, Ken?
Let Tim finish talking first, please, out, Josh.
I switched to AT&T because I wanted cheaper internet, but it was supposed to be better. Long story short, I get back in town for taking care of my father for 6 months before he passed while I was out there in Georgia. Their conjunction box was all screwy, and AT&T was in and out of here doing all these stupid tests. The ants would disconnect everything. And I got in touch with the property manager. Everybody was like, hey, can you spray this area? Can we get rid of the bugs? And that didn't solve the problem. I ended up going back to Comcast. AT&T sucks. They lied to me. They told me I had fiber optics here, and they don't. It's 2 wire. It's through a phone line. So I'll never go down that road ever again. But probably what you're using, Chris, works really great. But out here where I was at, didn't work for me. So there's
Statesboro
different.
should have Pineland, a local phone company,
I remember that.
and
You know
they
how
have
they get
fiber. They have fiber now. And
Yes, they do have fiber.
Guess who laid the fiber?
Who?
AT&T did.
Go figure.
you know how they get away with saying it's fiber, right? Even though it may be 2-wire or DSL or whatever.
No, this is fiber. They got fiber. It might not be the speeds always. They have lower speeds. Like I think you can get 10, start at 10 and go up or whatever. But it's fiber.
My problem was there was never any internet. There was no sluggishness or anything. It was just no internet.
Well,
You
to
know,
me, fiber is when they say it's fiber, it means that you've actually got a fiber optic cable coming into your house, like I do.
Yeah.
and there was not an optical line in here. It was a telephone line. So they lied.
It
Well, they didn't lie. They missed.
how they get away with that though is all of their equipment up to the last point on their equipment is connected by fiber, but everything from their equipment to your house is connected with a phone line or coax or whatever.
Yes, I went back to the old school Xfinity. It's coax. Works
Yeah,
great. I will never go back to AT&T ever again. But in Chris's situation, it probably works better than what I have because that's
yeah,
the only
it's
thing he
not
can get.
fiber. It's not fiber, but it's I think it's what you said, 2-wire. There's two
2-wire, yeah.
two signals,
It's
yeah.
probably fiber all the way down your street to the conjunction box, and from the conjunction box, they do the 2-wire.
Yeah, it's the box that's down the road about a mile that
Yeah,
comes
so
to
that's
town.
perfectly fine.
I think that's fiber from there to there, from town to there.
See, when you have actual fiber to the home, the signal doesn't get converted until it gets in your house, and then it gets converted in a little box from fiber to Ethernet.
Yep.
Wondering
And
if Wintermute's
I've got like 3 AT&T 2-wire routers here that's probably out of date that I don't even need because they don't want them back. But I do hang on to old equipment sometimes. There's been a couple of cases. Oh, my router died. Here, you can have this one. Oh, they're up and running again.
I didn't. When he came to install the fiber optic, I said, "Here, you can have the old DSL router. Here you go. Take it to the trash."
Yeah, I like to throw these in the trash, but every once in a while I'll give them away, and they work for somebody else, but don't work for me.
So I'm wondering if Wintermute's still in the YouTube chat or not. Hopefully if he is, he hears that I'm inquiring to see if he's still there or not. Pass along something to him. Yep, still
He's
there.
here.
See that?
He can.
Yeah. Yeah. He's painting.
Cool.
So he sent me an email earlier on what he showed us last night, and I downloaded the image, and just for giggles, I downloaded the DRFX file.
Uh-oh.
Just for giggles, I double-clicked on the DRFX file. Bob's your uncle. It fires right up in DaVinci Resolve with no issues. Now, there are some red nodes in there because I obviously don't have the pictures properly yet, but that's simple fix. I got the picture. I just got to go plug it in to the right place. So I will demonstrate that later tonight once Greg goes and does something, like runs to Walmart or works on his floor. Greg, you all right?
Yeah.
Tired?
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're not coming over Monday to help me with the sinks no more?
No.
Okay. That was an exported file project. Yes, because when I double clicked on it, it started DaVinci and it said, would you like to import that there? So that worked just fine. And my hat's off to you. Thank you very much. Just go grab the fixtures now and plug them in there, and I'm gonna tinker with it a little bit more, but I like how it is, and probably gonna run with that.
Cool.
That might be Monday's thing. I don't know. We'll see. I am not golfing tomorrow.
Oh, it's so beautiful out here today.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful here too, but I got the grass to cut, tulips to plant, and a couple other little things that need to be done around the house.
Oh, you don't have grandkids to go visit, food to eat.
Grandkids are sick right now with my surgery coming up. I don't want to risk picking something up so I can't have my surgery. So we do a lot of FaceTime because I can't pick anything up over FaceTime. Once I get the surgery and I'm up and functional, a couple, 3 days later, yeah, I'll be going to see the grandkids.
Yeah, one of my clients, he owns it's really huge, 30 feet by 20 feet CNC router. He makes boat parts, and that's where my brother's staying at. Matter of fact, I went over to his house yesterday. I don't know where your brother's at. I don't know why you're not talking with each other. I said, I don't know neither, but I know the guy jumped me in the middle of the night, and I don't appreciate it for no reason. I will continue to support your computers and stuff.
Remind me again, when is your surgery, Ken?
21st of April. 2 weeks from yesterday.
2 weeks.
1 week after my birthday, or 1 day after my birthday, Robert.
April 20th is your birthday?
Yeah, you know that, Alex.
Yeah, I forgot. I should have.
You lucky I don't ask him to put you in the waiting room.
I have to put everybody's birth dates in my calendar and get a reminder emailed to me. There's so many people.
I only remember people's birthdays because of Facebook a lot of the time. Facebook tells me.
Well, I can't find how to create a breakout room, or I would create a breakout room, and I know 2 volunteers that want to go see what the breakout room is all about.
Me and Joshy.
Breakout room.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you put me in there?
It's a new thing on Zoom.
Oh.
For fun.
That's a new feature.
Why would I want to do that?
I believe you suggested that you wanted me to put Alex in the waiting room, did you not?
Yeah, that's only because he doesn't remember my birthday.
Well, I'm not putting myself in the waiting room. I don't remember your birthday either. I barely remember Lorna's birthday and my birthday. Well, I can't forget hers because we got married 2 days before it, but never forget that. Might as well got married on her birthday. So, as you all affectionately know, Jeff tells me I'm number one all the time with a certain body part, finger. My granddaughter got a
index finger.
Yeah. My granddaughter got a boo-boo on that said finger, and boy, does she display it proudly. Which at 4 years old, at 4 years old, we know it's cute. So, and I mean, it's not even that bad of a scratch actually, but at 4, I guess it's the end of the world.
But be the AIDS and get away with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of the things they say, I have to go, whoa, that came out of, I mean, they're 4 years old, and man, I know adults that don't talk that clearly sometimes.
You'd be amazed. These kids these days can be smarter than us.
Yeah, I remember when one of my cousins, his mother was about, he was about, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 years old. Every time I go by, I ride the 4-wheeler a lot. Every time I go by his house, he'd run out there and shoot a bird at me. And one day I stopped, I said, look, if you ever shoot another bird at me again, I am going to cut your finger off. I was just kidding. And he went and told his mother, and she asked me, did you say you was going to cut his finger off? I said, yeah. because every time I go by, he shoots a bird. She said, "Okay, I'll take care of it."
Next day, the kid was fingerless.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, I had to step away. I wanted to check on something. And
When I'm making my bag of popcorn, if you can't tell,
So, Josh, how long did it take you to go through all the popcorn that I feed you?
I still have some. I'm just not making it because I don't have bags right now.
all right, I'm back. And I can go a little longer because she's sound asleep. I'll just push the limits until she comes in here and says, I thought we were watching a movie. And I'll say, oh, okay. And then I'll go watch the movie. But she's out. She's just recuperating from the rough week.
Well, then my guess is y'all probably won't be watching the movie tonight. You'll probably wait till tomorrow.
I think I just said I'll push this along until she comes in here and says, oh, I thought we were watching a movie.
Hey, she's the boss.
That's right. That's why I'm not playing golf tomorrow.
I know if my ex. Oh, well, the worst thing you could do is wake them up. Don't do that.
Ralpha Radio gave me a heart on one of the videos I did. I'll have to go check it out. Speaking of that, I want to give a couple shout outs to, I got to go figure out where this is at. Hold on a minute. Get my camera back first of all. Where do I find recent subscribers? Because I have one from a channel out of Canada today. And I have one from, I have no idea where.
You're up to 259, I'm seeing.
Yep. Then I'm up one more than I knew. I knew of 258. I saw BH Ringer today. BH Ringer was participating in a Canadian coin hunt. It was pretty interesting to watch, actually. He dropped a link in there for the channel. The host, I said, hey, everyone, I finally got to catch one live. And the host mentioned my name. And BH was like this, and he's working away on his coins. And he looks up like this, and he grinned, I kid you not, this big. It was so funny. I said, well, it's good to be here, and I'm really glad to see BH Ringer. I've been a little bit of concern. And he goes, I'm around.
I'm waiting for my cheese.
So,
I'm waiting for your popcorn to get done.
Okay.
But yeah, I enjoyed watching them. They buy rolls of coins and go through them and look for old coins. Did you know there's a 12-sided nickel made in Canada?
Yep.
I did not know that until today. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
Sean, you're always such an overjoyous bundle of joy. Hello.
Yeah, I know. Given
Sean, say the following words. I am happy.
He's shiny.
Yeah.
Well, at least his computer worked. At least he didn't break his computer.
Well, that's a low blow. Sean, you didn't break your computer, did you?
No, I thought I did when I tried to overclock the RAM.
Oh,
Or when
okay.
I tried to turn XMNP on or whatever the hell that thing's called. But yeah.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to display that other guy.
I
We'll
think
try a
Jim was
project.
right on that one, Sean. You're sort of on the cutting edge there. And they haven't got all the bugs out.
No, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to spend $300 and some and get 2 sticks equaling 64 gigs and take these 32 out, the 64 and 16 gigs, and I'm going to return it, and then I'm going to just use just 264 so I can turn 6,000 megahertz out of it. So that's what I'm going to do.
So how many slots will you have populated in?
Right now I have all 4. When I
Well,
get
how many
2,
will you have once you do your changes? Just 2?
just 2, because I'm going to buy 2 32 gig sticks.
So you'll have 64 gig altogether.
Yeah, right now I have 64 right now, but I can't turn on XMP because I can only have 2 RAM slots available when I can do that. That's what
That's what Jim was saying.
Right.
You know.
yeah. Oh,
Try taking 2 sticks out, then reboot, go into BIOS and set it for the highest speed that it will boot with. Then once it boots, and whatever it is, 5200, 5800, then put your other 2 in there.
Well, or at least even if all 4 of them don't work after trying that, find the highest speed that you can reliably get with 2 sticks before you go and spend this other money.
Yeah. The other subscriber was on the 7th of April, and it's Desert or Desert IV, or Desert or Dessert the 4th. I'm not sure which. Thank you, gentlemen. You know,
Dessert has 2 S's.
I kind of told myself I was going to be kind tonight, not put you in the waiting room. I'm regretting that decision.
Why? Because I'm being the grammar police.
I didn't do it.
No, I did it. I don't have any co-hosts tonight yet. I'm getting ready to have some co-hosts, but not yet.
So why do you have co-hosts?
To put Alex in the waiting room, and if I happen to be away from the computer and somebody wants to join, they can also let them into the stream. So if she falls or I hear something, I gotta go check it out, and there's 2 or 3 people that join, the co-host can actually let them in. So like Alex, he left and came back thinking I'm gonna break down and let him in.
No.
I'll leave it up. Yeah, it's up to you. When you decide you can come back in, I'll let you make that decision.
So I can call the ambulance for you if you're away.
Let's hope that never has to happen. But yes, you could. We've had that conversation before too. If you dial 911, you get it in their city and you don't? When we dropped the link on,
that's a good thing.
Someplace I wrote down the number for the cops where you
live. You got the non-emergency and the emergency number?
Don't know. I'd have to look. I've got it in my address file for Ken. But the other thing the co-hosts do, we keep the riffraff from California out on occasion.
Oh man, I'm in the box.
No, I'm just giving you shit, Tim. Pardon my French.
Oh, what's that?
What?
We used to walk through that crap to tip cows over or something or another back in the day.
What are you looking at? Because we're not looking at anything resembling.
I'm not looking at anything. I'm just talking crap.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Cows over.
He was giving me crap, so I'm giving him crap back.
Well, is that how it works? Okay, gotcha.
Jeff understands what I'm talking about.
Does anybody here ever look at the Shoe cartoon?
Never heard of it.
It's a cartoon series about an imaginary place where all the characters are the birds of one sort or another. The main character is like a reporter at a newspaper.
Right.
But at any rate, I posted one a while back I dug up from the archives. There, Senator Belfry is speaking in there at some place, and he says something, and the audience says, Kalanga, Kalanga, and claps, and goes on for a while, and this repeats and repeats, and then after a while, they're showing the senator around, and one of the guys running around says, be careful, I don't want you to step in the Kalanga.
That's a good one.
Hey, Tim.
It's on Facebook on my thing, Tim. I did it a week or 2 ago.
Hey, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Try going bull tipping with a red shirt on.
Bulls are colorblind.
Yeah, but they don't like red.
No, they can't tell red.
If they can't see it, you don't know if they like it or not.
Well, how come they say they don't like reading? I mean, I've always heard they didn't like reading.
Well, that's just an old wives' tale.
Yeah.
And they sometimes get upset by stuff flapping in the breeze, like with the bullfighters. Flap the cape or whatever. That's what I've read anyway.
Or the red flag of the bullfights.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
more the
that's
audience
good.
for the people than the bull.
Yep.
Ken, I posted something in.
Oh,
Zoom
I
chat.
see it. I'm debating on kicking you out of the room for the night or putting you in the waiting room. I haven't made up my mind yet. I see it.
Well, I will take a little heat off, Alex. I was going to comment on the difference in the spelling too, but I won't.
Fine. Just everybody turned into the grammar and spelling police all of a sudden. I mean, we all know I can't spell anyway. Just ask Doug Betts. He made fun of me the other day.
Well, somebody
anyway, is A-N-Y.
somebody. I don't know if anybody caught that today, but somebody spelt a bad word today.
On Doug's stream?
Yeah.
I missed it.
I missed it too. Wait, it wasn't me, was it?
No.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it?
It was Josh.
Josh
That
spelt a
was
bad
laughing.
word?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yes,
funny.
he did.
It
In,
was so
in
funny.
this part.
I was laughing so hard when he wrote that. I was like, Doug's like,
What did he
back
write?
up, back up, back up.
How? What disc part? And he spelled something bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're family friendly, but go ahead. I want to know what it was.
He
I
misspelled
accidentally
either.
spelled dick instead of disc.
Oh, oh, crap.
What?
What did he spell?
We don't need it to be repeated.
one.
Was right
Either
When I
half
away.
of it
was, when I was
misspelled. Could
working
be
on your
disc part.
computer today,
Yeah.
That
I
was
spelled
right when what's his name? What's that guy's name? Chimed in on something. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, will you just shut the hell up and let them type the thing? And he wrote that. I was like, that's
Yeah,
perfect
well,
timing.
that's just.
It was funny.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah,
Those
accidentally.
letters aren't that far apart on the keyboard if you have a hard time typing.
No, they're not.
So.
I'm not giving Josh a hard time, but
Oh, I
somebody
know,
chimed
I
in.
know.
Well, it was Gary, I think. He chimed in. He showed up. It's like, what?
Well, he actually did have a little experience with some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And he didn't sound too obnoxious today.
No. Not at all.
But he misspelled it. I thought was so freaking funny. I
Was
was
he actually
laughing
in the
for a
Zoom?
while.
Was he actually in the Zoom chat? I didn't.
Yeah.
Doug's? I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him, but I wasn't. I wasn't listening to it the whole time. I just only seen bits
Well, I
and
hope
pieces.
nobody saw it, but anyway. I
Yeah,
thought it was really funny.
He was actually in the Zoom chat, and we was giving some good advice and helping out. And I sent the link that you sent me to William, and I sent the link that you sent me to him, so they could look up the specs on it and see if we could get any more information on it. And then Chris shortened it down to short link instead of the novel that you sent me, and it was posted on YouTube.
I really don't know how to spell. And doing
That's
stuff
no
with the
problem.
man
Don't.
prompt,
That,
That's just, it's easy enough to type the wrong letter.
don't worry about it. But I thought it was funny.
Well, yeah, and if you type from touch, in other words, you put your fingers JKL and semicolon and FDSA, and then you type from touch from there. And if you're off one key,
That's it.
instead of saying LOL, you say KIK. And somebody, I'm not going to mention any grammar police that's in the room,
I just thought it was funny. It was appropriate.
yeah, I wished I'd have seen it. I was doing quite a bit in the background. I had Doug playing and was listening, and I was doing an awful lot trying to get some things done.
laughed so hard when I saw that.
I was surprised he took as much time with me as he did. I did not expect him to take 3 hours with me.
Doug's a good guy, dude.
He was just trying to see if he could figure out something. These kind of problems intrigued Doug. He'd rather spend a long time to solve a problem just to learn something than he would just to nuke and pave and get it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
will.
I mean, we've seen that in the past.
Yeah.
And if that's what he wants to do on his channel, that's fine.
Sure. Sure. And
And
that's
for-
why I asked a couple questions that I asked, because I honestly didn't know. And the only way to find out is either do it myself, or since we were in the process of experimenting different things, let Doug do it or Joshy do it. And now I know a couple new things as well. Jim just asked, still host? Yes, he is still host, A. Yes, he is.
Or in this case, nuking and paving would not have worked. But
Well, no, I'm just giving.
No,
you
right, he couldn't, right. Couldn't get there. Stealth mode says hello,
We've seen
everyone.
him spend a long time to fix something that he could have solved a shorter way just for the sake of learning it.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And he wouldn't be doing that if this was a client he was getting paid for. He would just get it done.
Oh, he would.
Right.
No.
He would not have
Yeah.
taken near the time that he did if it was a paying client. More than likely, he would have bought a new drive, put it in, reinstalled Windows, and moved forward with it.
Oh, that's exactly what I would have done.
Or maybe he
But
would have
I
because
like-
it gets
I
paid
like-
by
I
the
like-
hour by the clients, I think.
I like what he's doing though. Hey, what
Well,
caused this
I-
problem? How do we solve this problem? He goes through all these different processes, and it's good information out there. How did it happen? How do we fix it? This
Don't
is
buy
what you
cheap
gotta do.
PCs.
Well,
I have the
you
I have
still
the
need to
old-
know how to fix those cheap PCs.
Pull the hard drive out, put a new one in.
I'd still like to see somebody investigate what exactly happened.
Yeah, well, that would be useful information to other techs.
Wintermute is asking, in the screenshot you showed, you had the NVMe partitions displayed, could not delete them, but how did you get them to display? Josh did that on his computer, and I think he was trying to do installation of Windows 11, and he got it to that
wouldn't
part.
Show up in Windows. It wouldn't show up in Windows 11. I made the IFO image for Windows 10 and booted off the Windows 10.
You're talking about tonight, right?
Right.
I think he's talking about last night when I displayed the picture, or when you had it and I took a screenshot of it. I think that's what he's referring to. Let me.
You guys, I remember, were working on it at some point, and you could see the partitions, but you couldn't delete them. And that was
Correct,
very
and
frustrating.
I'm going to share my screen. Maybe not.
You have the permission of the co-host to share your screen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So
There we
now, oops. Hold on a second. Got to go grab the right. Well, no,
Well,
yeah,
that looks like
That's it.
yeah. Hang on, though. I got the wrong.
I think.
Hang on. Yeah, you guys are seeing it. YouTube is not. So give me just a second and let me find the right one for YouTube to see. There we go. Now, unfortunately, I can't make that any bigger. I hope that's what Wintermute was referring to. This is what Josh sent me last night. And then I took a screenshot of it so that we would have it. And no, nothing would work. I mean, you can even see, now I even see these are grayed out and they're not going to work. So I hope that's what he's referring to. And I'll find out when I get back on the right scene here.
So that was from the
Yes,
Windows
yes,
10
that's
installation media.
No, that was from, yeah, possibly it was Windows 10 when we thought it was Windows 11. And Wintermute said, yeah, that's it. So how did he get there? Windows 10 or Windows 11 install? Okay, how do I want to answer this? He thought he was trying to install Windows 11, but it's been pointed out that it's a possibility it was actually Windows 10 and not Windows 11.
Oh.
No matter, it won't work on Windows 10 or 11. So it's just not going to work.
But in command prompt, it was not seeing the drive.
Right. I mean,
So I'm still thinking the
weird.
drive failed.
Well, what was weird though is that at one point in time, even though
did.
this part couldn't see it, Doug looked at a C drive
Yes,
that
he did.
had a large unused space on it.
Yeah.
Not the USB.
Right. I know.
It did.
And yet that drive was not showing up in disk part. And that whole thing was very weird at that
Did
point.
he have his external hard drive connected at the time? That's because it's possible that what they were seeing was his external USB hard drive.
Oh, that could be.
What size is the NVMe drive? Does anybody remember?
512.
What's that? 512?
512.
512.
I got a 500. If you want anybody interested, put in it.
Okay, so in around the, I don't remember what the exact size was. It was
393.4.
USB flash drive. That was a 14 gigabytes.
16.
Right. The flash drive is 16. The free space on the C drive was 393.4.
So that
or
was,
thereabouts.
Yeah.
Well, that was a C drive for to have that much capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, or unless like Alex said, unless he still had the backup external drive installed, and that was a 500 and some gig drive.
Or terabyte.
Well, I guess it depends, how much was free and how much was used. And I don't remember the details.
But it kind of confuses me as to why he can see the partitions on the Windows 10 installation, because I would think that if the drive was bad, he would not be able to see the partitions of that drive.
Well, you would think the whole thing is confusing.
Well, Macrum Reflect didn't see it, and the troubleshoot didn't see it. This part didn't see it, but it did see it at one time.
Yeah, at his prompt, he was able to go to look at the C drive, whatever it was, and see something.
Yep.
What Alex is saying, if he still had an external drive hooked up,
I don't know.
Kind of makes sense that it might have recognized it as a C drive if there were no other drive letters available.
True.
But
Very true. But when you go into this part or those command prompts, you start from zero.
External drives?
It should.
Okay, I don't use it enough to be knowledgeable about it.
Well, I don't use it enough neither to be knowledgeable about it neither, but it should see it.
Tony Wallow's saying the controller could be bad.
Yeah. And that's a chip on the hard drive. Am I correct about that?
Motherboard.
If I may say something. Now I know I said in Jim's not Jim in Doug's chat it's for Intel, but I looked it up. It's for all computers. Sometimes, because I told you, Ken, remember that I used to wipe out people's computers that I thought were stolen?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to use some software to make the drives pop up, because when they put the drives in, they put them to not be recognized. So you have to download some software onto the USB 10 or USB 11 flash drive that you have to go down and hit load drivers.
Oh yeah.
Load that driver, and then it will show up anywhere. But it won't even show up in your My Computer. It won't even show up there half the time. When some companies do that, they make them disappear, and you have to load a driver in order to pop them back up so you can repair them or wipe them out or stuff like that. They'll-
Yeah.
I think
computers like
I
that.
think I think you're very right, Sean. I have seen that.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
I
looking at
was
a
I was working on a hard drive one time, and there was nothing wrong with it. I popped it out, put it in a different computer, and there was nothing wrong with it. I put it back in the original computer, and it's not there. So maybe you're onto something, Sean.
There
well,
was a new AMD chipset released last month,
Mm-hmm.
which has all the drivers.
I'm looking at a discussion
So
online of using the disk part with external drives, and they don't use list disk, they use list volume to see them.
that's very true,
Right.
because it could be a RAID configuration.
And I'm not knowledgeable enough. What's the difference between saying list disk and list volume when you're using disk part?
Well, you can have say you got one physical disk, but you can have multiple volumes on that one physical disk.
Okay,
That's
that
the
makes
True.
sense.
Volume's partition.
Yes,
Many partitions are volume. Same thing, right?
right.
The difference is
I
2 letters,
saw
Jeff.
that. I saw that mentioned in chat on Doug's channel today, and I got the scratch in my head. Volume. Well, that's almost the same thing as disk, right?
But anyway, this discussion, which I found on a site called superuser.com, was talking about initially a guy couldn't see his external USB drives with disk part until he used list volume.
Ah,
So, and that's one thing that wasn't tried today. If that C drive were an external drive and we just didn't realize that list volume would show that.
Yates
Perhaps.
Network says list disk in disk part lists the physical drives, and list volumes lists the partitions on each disk respectively.
That makes sense.
that makes sense.
I'm not sure where he's out of, actually. No, this is Yates Drive. This is legitimate. This is not Alex pretending to be someone else out of Arkansas.
If you list disk and then select MVV disk. Okay.
I'm talking about the guy that couldn't see the volume or whatever.
Well, that was on a site called superuser.com. I had just Googled about using disk part to see external drives.
Oh, I think Yates Network is onto something here.
I'm just laying down.
But when Doug tried list disk, nothing. You didn't see drive 0.
He didn't try.
Right.
Well,
Right.
He didn't try. He didn't try. List
And without
volumes.
it showing, he didn't try to select it.
Right.
I
Well,
don't know how one can select it if it's not showing in the first place.
right. I think he actually proved that toward the end of the stream because
Yeah, he
he was showing Long Dog.
that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was
Long
funny.
Dog was going on forever about that.
I put a link in the chat and it says stuff about AMD. It's from eraseus.com. It says fixes for hard disk not detected in Windows 10 installation. That also means for Windows 11 installation. It works for both of them. I'll be right back. My mom needs to talk to me. So
We'll be here.
Yeah. Now, a problem I have. Now I have a network hard drive. That's not disk. That's volume. Because it is a RAID 2, I believe.
Yeah, well, normally I think when you say list disk, is it just pointing to internal drives and not to network or USB drives?
No, when you do a list disk, if it's working properly, if you've got 2 hard drives and 2 USBs, it's going to see all 4 of them.
Okay.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
Right.
All right.
And it's going to list the size of them. And in his case, it was only seeing that flash drive. and I'm not sure. I think he went to a command prop to find the actual C drive, the hard drive itself. I'm actually sitting here contemplating setting something up and doing something as a demonstration of what we're talking about right now. I'm not going to do it tonight, obviously. Be right back.
Yeah, and
I'm kidding.
I was trying to restore an image from my network hard drive using Macrim Reflex. It did not like it.
So, Sean,
Yeah.
I'm going to point the obvious out here. That's a good ploy. Hey, I'll be right back. My mom needs to talk to me. And he comes back going, I'll be right back. Mrs. K's calling me.
I accidentally.
No, my mom wanted to talk to me because I guess Jeff, our next door neighbor, is calling, and they don't want to make this a farmhouse community anymore. They want to start building in this community to make it a business and businesses, and we want it to be a house. There's a neighbor on the other side of our next door neighbor. It goes us, then our neighbor, and then another neighbor, and he's a big part of this community. He already told the guy next to him that you're not going to build a hair salon in our neighborhood. And he's like, he agreed. So the neighbor finally listened, and we don't think there's going to be a hair salon there. But we had behind us, they tried to make it a school. And yeah, they're just trying to make everything.
I hope Brian Lightfoot joins us tonight because I've got a question for him. I actually, after I left last night, I was playing around on the NVIDIA Shield, and I come across a true crime show, something, I don't know what the hell. Murdered by Morning is what it was called, but it was out in his neck of the woods. So I'm kind of waiting for him to show up later on.
Pray for me because I'm going to a Mormon's house tomorrow for Easter.
I see you back, Josh.
When we get off air, I have a picture to show you. She doesn't want her picture going around the internet, so.
It's not Tammy, is it?
No.
Not anything like Jose showed last night, is it?
No.
Sean.
Okay.
What Jose showed last night?
Sean.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Could you share that link again? I did not see it.
My wife called in, but I have been in.
It doesn't show up on my check. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always a good thing to do, Josh. Whenever the wife calls, you should really answer the phone.
I thought you said it was going to raise something, and I'm like looking for that site. I can't find it.
If you don't answer the phone, you're in a bunch.
She all right?
Yeah.
She okay? Okay.
He's eating.
I can see that.
Turn your camera off.
Popcorn.
Yeah, I heard his aunt yelling at him. I'm waiting for your popcorn to be done.
Coming up on an hour 20, a little longer than I anticipated, but she's asleep, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I've not implemented Wintermute's fantastic DaVinci Resolve work yet into the outro.
The show tonight, Ken. I'm gonna bail too.
All right, Tim. We'll hopefully see you later. I want to shout out to Chris Garrett was first, Bobby Warren third, Tony Waddle second, William Dawson was fourth, John Aloy Sr. We'll see you next Friday night. Wait, maybe tomorrow. Is Monday a holiday? No, Easter's not a federal holiday, is it? Anyway, Mike Wojcik was there. Dennis was there. DDT 2005. Long Dog is good seeing him. Fader Jake. Yates Network, I believe, was there. Bobby Warren. I made Yates Networks. I'm sorry, I made him a moderator. He's been around. Jim was there. And I think I caught everybody. Oh, Kenny Witten. Kenny Witten shows up. And here we go again. Here's the damnedest luck. Once again, Kenny shows up just as I'm ending the stream. Man, that makes me feel bad. Nate, yes, it's plural. Thank you very much. Good night.